Hello and welcome to today's practice. We're going to do some long poses, some long hold poses and some movement poses. Starting in a downward dog and we're going to hold here. So feet nice and wide, arms straight, fingers squeezing into the ground, heels squeezing down to the floor, belly button squeezed in so you're engaging that core and feeling nice and long through your spine, hips pushing up. Stay here and breathe. We're going to go straight into our next pose. So from your downward dog, you're going to keep your toes tucked, straighten up into a plank and lower your hips to the floor into an upward dog. And then back up into your downward dog. So touching your hips to the floor, head up, shoulders down, and bum up, chest down. So we're breathing in as you drop your hips down into upward dog, and bringing your hips up as you breathe out. So breathing in and going down. Breathing out and bringing your hips up. So try and move with your breath. Really concentrate on how your spine unfurls as you lower up and down. Try and keep your shoulders down, legs straight throughout. We're repeating this pose for a minute, so keep it up, feel strong, keep going. Keep the integrity of your poses as well as you're doing it. And this is your last one. Good. Have a little rest a moment. Give your wrists a bit of a shake, your wrists a roll. Interlace your fingers and roll your knuckles. Just release that pressure. We're coming back to all fours now. Taking a breath in and breathing out up into downward dog. We're going to hold here again. Really heavy through your chest. You're trying to squeeze the insides of your elbows towards each other. Your hips up to the ceiling and your heels down to the floor. We're going to move on from here with a breath in. Straighten one leg up off the floor. Nice and straight as high as you can. And with an out breath, we're going to squeeze the knee into the chest. So breathing quite quickly as you're breathing in, straightening up, breathing out, squeezing it in. Try and keep your chest down to the floor, both arms and your standing leg nice and straight. And stretching that leg up as high as you can and squeezing it in as tight as you can. We're repeating this for 30 seconds. You can manage it, keep it up. And last one. And stepping your foot back down, back into your downward dog. Gonna hold here for a few breaths. So try and get your breath back. Feel this nice stretch. With a big breath in, we're going to stretch the other leg up to the ceiling, nice and straight, pointing to the toes. And breathing out as you squeeze the knee into the chest. Breathing in, leg up. Breathing out, squeezing the knee in. Again, trying to stay square to the floor with your chest. So both arms nice and straight and keeping that standing leg straight with your heel squeezing down to the floor. Last one now. And bringing it back into your downward dog. Where again, we're going to have a little hold. Really use your breath to relax down. Chest heavy. And And carefully coming down onto your knees. And we're coming into a gate latch position. So starting on your knees, back toes tucked, we're going to straighten the right leg out to the side with your toes facing forward and the sole squeezing down. Bring your hands into prayer position above your head. We're going to crunch away from the straight leg, so over to the left. Keeping your arms nice and straight, shoulders down, trying to come as low as you can and making sure you're going directly down the side and not forward or back. We're going to do 30 seconds of these. They're quite hard, but you can do it. Sliding your right hand down your right leg now and reaching over with your left arm. We're coming over the right leg, coming as low as you can. Really pushing that left arm nice and straight, keeping it back behind your ear and looking up. Big breath in now, and we're going to come up and swap the legs over. So sitting on your right knee, straightening your left leg out, toes facing forward and bringing your chest over to the right. So again, you tucking your back toes does help. You're trying to stay in line with your hips, so your knees are in line with your hips and you're going straight down to the side. Really make sure both feet are supporting you, squeezing down into the floor. Feeling nice and long through your spine and strong through your core. Last one. Sliding your left hand down your left leg now, reaching over with your right arm, leaning over that leg as far as you can. Trying to keep the arm pushed back behind the ear. And breathe. Breathing in and coming up. Coming down onto your knees, sitting your bum to your heels, supporting yourself with your hands down to the floor. Just have a little rock on your ankles. Make sure your toes are pointing back straight behind you and just pushing a little bit of pressure through those ankles, rolling back. Just hopping the knees, taking some weight in your hands. You're going to do the same again but with your toes tucked. So bring your bum to your heels with your toes tucked under. Make sure all your toes are touching the floor and have a little rock. We're going to come into a lunge position now. So right foot to the outside of the right hand, left leg nice and straight, toes untucked. And then keeping the toes untucked, we're going to straighten the leg onto the ankle. So coming up and down, taking a lot of weight through your hands, staying long through your spine, shoulders down, and pushing that leg straight. These start to get quite difficult quite quickly, but you can do it. Just a short blast and then we'll have a nice stretch. And last couple now, and we're just going to hold it into a lunge. So walking your hands as far away as you can, or dropping down to your elbows, or you can use a cushion to bring your chest onto or your head, just coming as low on the inside of that right foot as you can. Trying to keep the knee squeezing in, not rolling out to the side, and make sure you're coming straight down with your chest and up to one side. Really heavy through the hips, long through the spine, and hold. Breathing in as you steadily come up. Give that right leg a straighten out and a shake. We're going to switch it to the opposite side after a little moment's break. Give your legs a shake, a squeeze, whatever they need. Okay, we're stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand with the hands under the shoulders. Right leg nice and straight, toes not tucked. So keeping that knee squeezing into the left shoulder. I'm going to push down through the top of the foot, straightening the knee and coming up and down. A minute's not a long time, but you'll feel this for the rest of your day. Last couple now, you can do it. Good. Pull your bum back, straighten that leg out, have a quick shimmy, and then we're going to drop down. So bringing the chest down as low as you can on the inside of that foot, knee squeezing in, lengthening through your spine and relaxing down. Just let your weight melt down into the mat. Breathing in and slowly coming up, pulling your bum back, straightening that left leg, pulling your toes up and kicking your left foot behind you. Take a moment. Into a quick child's pose. Just give your thighs a rest, give your wrists a roll while you're here, and then come up onto all fours. Point your fingers back towards your knees and pull your bum back towards your heels. So your fingers are spread nice and widely. Squeezing down to the floor and pulling back. And then bringing the insides of your wrists together, arms straight, and rocking from side to side, pulling the heel of the hand up in the direction you're leaning. Just pushing some nice pressure through. Again, fingers spread nice and wide. And then bringing the backs of your hands to the floor and fisting and stretching through your fingers. Again, arms as straight as you can. Okay, give them a flap and that's it. So we're coming to all fours now, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a breath in and on your breath out, coming up into downward dog. And then we're going to drop our elbows to the floor and then straighten arms back up. You're really trying to drop your elbows all the way down and then straighten up. So you're bringing all your weight forward into your elbows and then straightening back up. If you want to do both elbows at the same time, that's a bit more challenging, or you can do one at a time, but make sure you reverse the direction so you're not always pushing back up with the same arm. Okay, give yourself a little shimmy and come down onto your knees, sitting your bum to your heels. Just give everything a shake. We're on to the last movement now. So bring your elbows in line with your shoulders and then your palms and elbows as close together to touch as you can. We don't want your elbows open, you want them squeezing in. And then you're going to bring your elbows in line with your chin and then push them up to your nose. So you're pushing your fingertips up to the ceiling as you're squeezing your arms together. You're never trying to go below your shoulders with your elbows, but you're trying to bring them up to your nose if you can. So just little pulses up and down with your hands in prayer position like this, trying to keep your shoulders down, sitting up with good posture and pushing them up. Last couple, really push. That's it. Give your arms a shake. I'm going to come into a wide child's pose now. So big toes together, knees nice and wide, bum set back to the heels, arms stretching forward, chest and head relaxing down. Again, letting your weight melt down into the floor, really squeezing that bum back to the heels. Relax, stretch it out. When you're ready to, coming back up slowly with a big breath in. Come into sitting. Give your shoulders a roll, your neck a stretch. Well done for taking some time to do this practice today. Breathe in, stretch your arms up, palms together, and down to your heart. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.